Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Gaming News Weekly Live. It's been a whole week in gaming. Not much has been going on. Not much has changed. A whole lot of updates has came about. Oblivion's remake leaked. That shit's crazy. Nintendo finally got their shit together. They're gonna drop the pre-order day for the Switch 2. And all the fucking prices went up. Oh, the Nintendo doesn't care, bro. They after the Switch generation, they do not care about this one, bro. The Switch 2 is so crazy. PlayStation has done nothing in this week in time. It is crazy out here. But I got my Avion water with me, so you know I'm ready to talk. And we're gonna get right in this because I'm supposed to be playing Assassin's Creed Shadows today. So Gaming News Weekly first, Assassin's Creed Shadows after. We're gonna get right in this. We're gonna start with this Oblivion remake because I still don't know if I want it. I've been hearing more things about the Oblivion remake though, that they're changing things that I'm like, I mean, I understand they reconstructing the world. I think it's an Unreal Engine 5, so that's why the game is gonna look better, textures. But there's a lot of Oblivion's personality from the screenshots that we've seen that's kind of been removed. That I'm like, I don't know, but I mean, volumetric lighting and like textures and stuff like that are all going to be updated. They're going to look phenomenal. I seen screenshots of the what you call it of the armors. What is this? Where are those screenshots at? God damn it! Oh shit, here they are. Hold on, I need to pull these up because these screenshots I've been seeing these and I'm like, the game looks really good, but is it gonna be the game that I want? Probably not. I think more people are gonna hate the Oblivion remake than like it, but who knows? It could actually bang out for everybody. But yeah, we're gonna go over here. Oblivion. I might make this big actually. So we can scroll through these screenshots. Oh, I could do this actually. What does that look like? I'm fucked up now. Okay, I fucked it. Reduce. There it goes. Put that here. Yeah, the screenshots of like this is the great that you come out of after they let you out of jail. We haven't seen the characters yet, so I haven't seen Tybus help them when he let your ass out of jail, when he pull up to the jail cell. I see there's so much in Oblivion that I can't wait to do again. Updated to look this good. But it again, this is a game that I played in 2011, bro. And I heard they are changing some things mechanically. They haven't really showed much of the game because this is all rumor. I mean, not rumor, but this is all leaked information. This is shit that shouldn't be out yet. They haven't showed us the game. So the things that we can see, like look at the sky, bro. The freaking mermaid. I forget what city this is called. But I always go here to steal. Like this is the city I steal from all the time. I know this is like the lower part of Oblivion. I used to go here and just steal shit and then get in the water because you could use water breath. You get in the water and they don't chase you because you could swim out of the city through this little pond thing. You could swim out of the city. You get away every time. So easy, bro. And I think this is the little goblins. The goblins got redesigned. The armor got redesigned. The armor looks so good. The armor actually looks amazing. It is crazy. The Oblivion gate redesign is outrageous, bro. It's like the art team put too much work in on Oblivion gates. They look so fucking good. And I'm like, damn, bro, do I really want this game? I don't know. Half of me is like, this is it. This is the one. The Oblivion remake. And then also the Fallout 3 remake. That has been getting talked about recently because that was another remake that was in the documents from the FTC case that hasn't really been shown. It hasn't came to fruition yet. But I'm like, god damn, bro, because Fallout 3 is one of those games. New Vegas is probably the most popular of the Fallout games. Well, no, Fallout 4 is probably the most popular, technically. But Fallout New Vegas is probably the most beloved. And it wasn't a Bethesda game. Fallout 3 was a really good fucking game, though. Fallout 3 was so good. But this fucking Oblivion remake, I mean, I guess it's remastered, not remade. But goddamn, they are changing things though. So remasters are usually just uplifting textures and stuff like that. But they're changing how some combat work. They're changing bow combat. I think they're changing how sneaking works. There's some other things that they said that they're changing. I can't remember them off the top of my head. I probably should have wrote it down because I was hearing all this like earlier this week. Should have wrote it all down. Definitely didn't. Because I didn't want to hear it, bro. I didn't want to hear about the shit that they're changing. Because Oblivion was a clunky ass game. It was a clunky game. It was like if you go play it right now, you're going to feel how old it is. That is always going to be true. They're changing it so it feels more Skyrim-like. Probably don't like that. Because Oblivion set a lot of things in motion for Bethesda that they kind of removed all that when Skyrim came out. Because durability of weapons and stuff like that, like Fallout had that too. And then they removed it from Fallout. It kind of killed the Fallout brand when nothing in Fallout was actually damaged. You could walk around with the same pistol forever. You never had to do it. You never had to clean it. You never had to repair it. And it's like, come on now, bro. There were so many survival elements in the game that Oblivion had, that Fallout had, that they kind of removed with Skyrim and Fallout 4. That they kind of need to bring that back in. But if they're going to be removing some of this from Oblivion just to be like, more user-friendly, I think that's going to hurt the game more than help it. Get more people to play it. I think that's what it is. But Skyrim did have more players than Oblivion did. Way more. Mountains more. There's so many parts of me that feel like the remaster isn't going to be for me. And I think that's more and more true as I hear about it because I wouldn't want them to change anything. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I wouldn't want them to change a damn thing. The things I hated about the game. You said you can't wait? You said what if the leaks are fake? The leaks definitely aren't fake. The leaks definitely aren't fake. Because they have to take their own website down. Nah, the leaks definitely won't be fake. But you know what I think is fake though? That for some reason people keep talking about the Xbox support chatbot, telling them that the game releases next week. I don't know why people are taking chatbots at face value. Because these chatbots are saying, like, if you go ask them, you can go ask Xbox support chat, when is Oblivion's remake coming out? And it would tell you, like, the 21st of April. Like, next week, the game is dropping in Game Pass. And it's like, I don't know where the chatbot is getting this information from. But the ones reporting on this information from a chatbot is actually outrageous, bro. Can we just wait? They could probably drop this shit in June. At the showcase. This probably was going to happen. Because there's no way they just drop Oblivion 4's remake or remaster just on a random Tuesday. It doesn't make goddamn sense. Bethesda was going to put a lot of stock into this remaster, making them a lot of money. they don't need the money no more because Microsoft bought them. But remember, this game was already being remastered before Microsoft bought them because they needed the money to finish Starfield. But Microsoft just gave them the money, they finished Starfield, and then they're gonna still release this game. So the game is definitely not gonna be fake. The leaks aren't gonna be fake. It's just the people thinking that the game is just gonna randomly release next week. I think those are the ones that are fake. Like, that news is definitely fake. I don't think the game's just randomly fucking releasing because Bethesda do want to make money on this game, and that's why they had a third party person develop for it, because they didn't want to spend all the money on their team making that game and make Starfield at the same time. So the old ZeniMax deals, that's why the Fallout 3 remaster or remake, whatever they want to call that one, that is also going to be real. Who knows when that's coming out, though? Probably when Season 2 of Fallout comes out. That's probably when they're going to do the Fallout 3 remaster or something like that. But I don't think it's fake. I don't think it's fake. But it looks fire. It looks fire, but hopefully it still plays like how my old man brain remembers it. And I think that's what it is. Because I can go play Elder Scrolls 4 at any time. I have an Xbox. I had that shit backwards compatible. I can go play that shit at any moment. But the remaster version, I just wanted to be the prettier version of the one I can play right now. And I think that that's mostly selfish of me as a gamer, because it's one of my favorite games. It would be on the wall if I had a display for it. It would be definitely on the wall, probably in the middle. I would probably have to move XenoS probably higher and put Oblivion right there, because it's definitely top 3 for me. But I didn't do that. I didn't do that. But I would want that motherfucker to be up there. For sure. You say you do believe Oblivion will be announced on a random Tuesday? Really? I mean, if it's announced on a random Tuesday, understandable. Like, if they do a random ass pop up show, because you know how they have like partner preview and they have freaking, what is the other one called? The indie developer showcase. What is the indie showcase called? Because they have those randomly too. They don't really announce those. They just kind of put on random shows. If it shows up at one of those random shows like partner preview or something like that on a random Tuesday, that would make sense, because it's not Xbox, it's not Bethesda that's making this game. It's definitely going to be an outside developer making this game, and Microsoft now selling the game. So it could be announced on a random Tuesday. I don't think it's just going to randomly drop on the 21st of April because a chatbot said so. Is what I'm saying. But it definitely should just drop at the Xbox Showcase. Xbox Showcase happens. They be like, "Hey, remember Oblivion's remaster? You can play it right now." Like some shit like that. Microsoft can do that because they have so many games dropping this year that it doesn't matter when this motherfucker released. They have so many games slated. They'll be fine shadow dropping anything at this moment. But yeah, it's kind of wild that this is how we find out more about the game, though. That the team making the game leaked it. You say you think it's called partner preview? They gonna have a partner preview next week? I mean, they haven't announced it because it's one of those things Microsoft just kind of like leave out. It'd be like one of those things that you'll see a random post. You said the leaks even claim there's a deluxe physical edition of the game. Oh fuck! See, if there's a physical edition of this game, I'm gonna have to buy that shit, bro. I'm gonna have to get that hoe. Like if it has a physical release, god damn, bro. I'm a I'm gonna have to get it because I have like Shin Megami Tensei 5 over there. I got so many great physical editions. They don't make too many of them no more. Like the only reason I don't have a Veilguard one is because they didn't have a disc. Why the fuck would I buy a Veilguard physical edition with no disc in it? So like I would have to see what the physical edition has, if it has a disc, what else it comes with, and then I might cop that. But like I'm not buying physical release no more because they have a code in a box. Nah, nigga, my physical releases got discs in it. Even my motherfucking Andromeda one got a disc in it. So yeah, I'm not physical releases nowadays. They're usually just what do you call it, bro? Like pandering? No, it's not called pandering. What the fuck is it called? Because it's misleading as hell. They'll tell you it's a physical release. Like even Avowed did it, bro. And I was so upset. I bought the best edition of Avowed digital because like the physical one didn't have a disc, bro. And I was like, come on now, bro. You know I'm gonna spend money on Avowed. I was already gonna do it when Obsidian first announced that shit. That's why we need to see what Spacer Choice is doing. Because if they have a physical release, it better have a fucking disc in it. Or I'm just get that motherfucker digital or play it in Game Pass anyway. I don't know. It's one of those things. Gaming climate nowadays, it's not even worth buying a physical edition of a game because they put in so little effort into physical editions. Even though the box art still be fire, it's just like where my disc at? You say it comes with a map. Oh my, where's my Skyrim map? Hold on. Hold on, where's my 360 Skyrim at? Because I have all my 360 games over there. My Xbox One and Series X games are over there on the shelf, and then most of my Series X games are digital because physical releases are trash, like I was saying. But where's my map? Hold on, bro. If that motherfucker come with one of these, nigga, if it, cause this map is so old. Actually, some of the color is washing out. That's how old this map is. But like, y'all remember the first edition Skyrim release? It came with this motherfucking like this map is made of parchment, bro. It's not like the plastic one they gave PlayStation. Like it's actually a good map. Look at the water. I mean, look at the color washing out on this side. Cause it's so old, bro. It's so old. But if it comes with a map like this, nigga, I'm cop. Oh my goodness, bro. You don't understand. That motherfucker might go up on the wall. I mean, the map will have to be good though. It can't just be no trash ass plastic map like they gave a PlayStation. Like, no, it has to be like a whole full parchment map like this, nigga. I need Cyrodiil looking like this. I need a collection. I need this motherfucker. But look at the back. Look, is made out of parchment. People these days don't know about this, bro. They don't understand how physical editions used to be peak. How they used to be the best gaming experience possible was physical. You got so much random shit like that Andromeda edition right there with the fucking car in it. Come on now, bro. They sell a goddamn Nomad to you. Oh my goodness. You want to play a game, bro? They're like, hey, bro, do you want an RC car to go with it? And that motherfucker's built for tough. It's die casted. It's made of steel and shit. It's actually a moving, driving car. They don't. Come on now. These developers, they make so much money now. They don't have to put effort into anything. And the digital age has kind of ruined physical media for everybody. But if it does come with a map, like the Skyrim one, I mean, if it's a good map, I would have to see it because it could be some garbage, like printed. Nobody wants that. But if the map feels like that, the good old days, bro. The good old days. But yeah, that 20 that that release just doesn't make fucking sense. Not for a game as hype as Oblivion. It doesn't make sense. And Oblivion was Xbox exclusive at one point. A lot of people forget that part. Oblivion was Xbox exclusive for like I think it was like 6 months, maybe half a year with Bethesda. They could do that again, but of course Microsoft is not in the realm of locking things down no more. Not too many things. I think they're going to still have exclusive games, but only for like periods of time. I don't think they're going to make everything exclusive forever no more. I don't think it's going to be the case. I think everything is going to be multi-platform just eventually in time because the money that they make off of this shit is going to be outrageous. There's no reason for them to lock it down. But if Oblivion gets a good map in a physical release, will that like in my brain, I'm trying to think like if the physical edition comes with some nice shit like that, but no disc, is it still worth buying? A part of me says no, but a part of me is like I'm one of those people that benefit a lot from Xbox being the way that it is. So with Game Pass and with Xbox on PC and having the cross buy system, the cross play system. So like when you buy things on Xbox, you get the PC version for free. I'm all for that. So a part of me is like, okay, it makes sense. Especially if it comes with a nice ass map like that. I think it will make sense for me to buy it. But for third party developers, no. But for Xbox, it's worth it because I will get the PC version of the game and I can do whatever the fuck I want to the PC version of the game. But I'm gonna play the Xbox version because that's where I'm gonna get my achievements from anyway. But then I can just mod the fuck out of it and everything on PC and have a good old time with it. So high key, the map might just be worth it. I would still want a disc, but then if I got a disc, I wouldn't be able to get the PC version of the game anyway. Because Play Anywhere is definitely so good. That's why I bought all Atlas games. I bought every fucking Atlas game. I mean, I played them, but I bought them bitches. Why? Because they were using Xbox Play Anywhere when most developers wouldn't do that. So I got the Atlas games on PC and on Xbox. So if I want to play them bitches looking better, running better, I just boot up my PC, play them motherfuckers, have a good old time. But more developers should probably attune themselves with Xbox Play Anywhere. And then they would get more sales. As if not, I mean, I'll just play that shit in Game Pass. I won't worry too much. I'm not one of those people that be like, oh, you gotta buy everything. No, because there's some games I want to play, but I don't want to buy them bitches. Like South of Midnight. I would play South of Midnight. Would I buy South of Midnight? At this point in the game, I forget what video I uploaded, what episode I'm on. I think I'm on episode like 2 or 3. It might be worth it. Like when the first time I played it, I was like, nah, this shit ain't it. But as I've been playing the game, the story's been unraveling, the combat has been, filling out. I'm starting to see the vision of South of Midnight, and it might actually have been worth the purchase. But a lot of games, you don't really get that feel all the time, especially because demos are dead. They don't really release demos of games. They want to hide things behind buying the game for you to experience it, or you have to wait for some YouTubers to drop their opinion. If they're paid off, if they're not, it's always questionable. It's one of those things. Game Pass has been definitely cleaning all that up. But the last bit of Xbox news, like relatable Xbox news anyway, not no just like random stuff. The Xbox app is finally able to sell games again. You can actually go to the store, buy games on the Xbox app on PC. You can buy it on on Android phones. I still don't think Apple is allowing that shit. I don't think Apple is allowing it. I think they have to go through a whole lot more with Apple to get a store on the Apple OS. On iOS, I think they're going to have to go through a whole lot more. But for Android right now, the App Store is actually really good. The new redesign is fire. The compatibility with all your things. So you can see all the games you own, all the games that have Xbox Play Anywhere, so you can play them bitches from anywhere. The ones that you own that you can also play in the cloud. Like, it has all that stuff ready. And I think this is what Sarah Bond was talking about last year. In like October, they were trying to launch this, and then they got blocked by Google. So I think this whole thing was ready, and they just couldn't produce that whole. I mean, they couldn't, display it to the public until they got past Google as. And I think this is the time where they get past Google, and now they can show this to the public because it's actually really good. Wait, fucking Persona 3 Reload has a demo? When the hell did they get a demo? I don't remember they even having a demo. I guess it does now. I already played the game, but I mean, the demo could be cool. to see like how they show that off. But yeah, the new Xbox app is actually good. I mean, wait, I don't know if it's public yet though. Hold on, let me look it up. Because it might just be for preview members right now. Because that part I didn't look up. Brings it right in. Oh no, I think it's public. Oh shit, and it's on iOS. Empire of Ants is about to become streamable. I need to go play Empire Advance. That shit was so far. So yeah, that the Xbox app is actually public for everybody. So that is a thing. Even iOS has it, which was crazy. I didn't think iOS was gonna be. That's probably why they waited. Because if they did get past Google, they still would have to get past the Apple stores, terms and service and stuff like that. And that's probably why it launches now. But yeah, the Xbox app looks great. It looks great. It runs great. It's fast now because it used to be slow as dirt, bro. I used to complain about that all the time. Like the Xbox app was so motherfucking slow, but they've cleaned a whole lot of it up. They've cleaned a lot of it up, and now it's faster. So especially the PC version, that's the one I'm like tampering with right now as I talk. Tampering with the PC one. I have the phone one as well, but the phone one has always been mostly the same. It hasn't really changed too much. But the only PlayStation news is we're gonna get into the only PlayStation news that was really talked about or anywhere is Sony raising the price of the PS5 in Europe, in Australia, and like in some more countries around the world, everywhere except the US. They're raising prices of the PlayStation 5. Like, bro, y'all launched that shit 5 years ago. Why are you still raising prices of this console, bro? It doesn't make sense. I don't know why PlayStation is still doing this. They have their, their internal reasons. But for the gamers, for the fans, for the people actually trying to support PlayStation at this moment, it doesn't make sense to be raising prices. It doesn't make sense in this economic climate to be raising prices. Because that shit is outrageous, bro. And they could blame tariffs, they could blame this or that. And it's like, but don't tariffs exclude electronics? I think it does. I think it definitely does, or I think it will in the future. I'm not too sure about the politics around it. Not yet anyway. But why would Sony be just raising prices outrageously? That shit doesn't benefit anybody. It doesn't fit Sony because people are not gonna buy that shit. Y'all number one in gaming right now. And y'all still keep fucking up. How long are y'all gonna keep that top spot? Nintendo, they're doing their thing, which you gotta get on Nintendo. Because Nintendo right now, they finally announced that Switch 2 pre-orders are going out on April, what was it, April 25th? Is it April 25th or April 24th? It's one of those days that the pre-orders for the Switch 2 is going to go live. And people are still excited to buy it. It's still $450. It's not more expensive, but all their accessories went up in price. And I was like, oh, Nintendo, they do not care. All their accessories went up in price. from the Joy-Cons, the Joy-Con straps, the camera, the docks, like all the things you could buy peripherally for the Switch 2, all of them went up in price. All of them went up in price. And I'm like, I don't know if this is just a scheme for money, because all those peripheral things kind of look the same. But I guess they want to raise the prices because they were the same price as the Switch ones. So they want to seem more premium. I don't know if it's an illusion based thing, if they just want to make people pay more money so they feel better about themselves for spending more on it, or if they're actually trying to turn huge profits off Switch 2s because they're not going to sell a lot of them. Because the Switch 1 sold so goddamn much. The Switch Lights, the freaking the Switch 2 OLEDs, like them bitches sold so well, so much of them, that Nintendo doesn't need to be trying to con motherfuckers out of more money just by setting a price high. So I don't know what strategy this is. I couldn't really know. I can only speculate as a consumer. But it doesn't look good. But people are still going to buy it. Why? Because it's still kind of cheaper than everything else on the market. When you put it into perspective, it's probably not going to be the best gaming machine. But Nintendo supports their platform so well, and they do things that other platform holders don't do for their ecosystem of players. So when you in the ecosystem itself, you probably have a better time than people on the Xbox side or people on the PlayStation side, because there's so many things that Nintendo does well, especially like exclusive games and the way they do their store. And now they're going to get more third-party support, so it's not like you're going to be missing out on other things. Nintendo is becoming like a main console and not a companion console anymore. And I think that's the revelation that we're all going through as Nintendo Switch 2 is like coming to fruition, is because it's not a companion console anymore. Because I have a Switch 2 and I have an Xbox. That's kind of what I have a Switch 1, my bad. Switch 1, Xbox, PC, that's kind of what we do. But when the Switch 2, you can play other big exclusive games. They're going to be supporting Switch 2 because it's powerful enough. It's probably not going to be the best experience, but no console has the best experience because PC is always going to be the better place to play. It's just the experience that you want. And Nintendo does a lot for their experience on their console to be one of the best you can have. Even when you're playing third-party games. It might not look the best, though, because it's a Nintendo console. That motherfucker's low power. It's probably pushing 1080p. It's at its 4K on docked. I'm going to have to see that to believe it. But we ain't going to see that until the Switch 2 actually drops. So it's going to be one of those things that we won't really know what the Switch 2 is capable of or what it's actually doing, because all the coverage on the media is the ones that got to see it early. And 90% of the time, they are just saying shit. Just for the clicks. Why? Because they could. The Digital Foundries, the other people, they do, because they did that shit to the PlayStation. The PS5 Pro was coming out, and they were talking all this shit up. Like, oh, it's going to be doing this, it's going to be doing that. We seen this in the back rooms, in the back end at Sony themselves. They were chatting all this crazy shit. People took their word at face value. They bought this console, and then when it released, most experiences on that were not fucking good, bro. PSSR wasn't working properly. Games wasn't running well. Like, it was nonsense, bro. People bought that console because they heard on YouTube, they heard from the critics, they got to go to Sony to see it, that it was an amazing next-gen refresh. And it ended up being a complete piece of shit when it came out. And that's the reason I don't really listen to like the coverage before things are in the public hands, because the public is going to see a whole different side of what the people on the internet are seeing, curated for them by the people that create these things. And that's always how these things are. If the general public likes it, then it's probably going to be a good thing. But if a whole lot of critics like it because they got to see it first, they don't mean shit, bro. It doesn't mean a damn thing. That's why people like Steam reviews over anything else. People go to Steam, that motherfucker's mostly negative, you know that shit's trash. If it's mostly positive, even if that motherfucker got a 40 on Metacritic, you know that motherfucker's probably good and fun. Why? Because they bought the game, they played the game, they tell you the reviews of the game, you like it, you're not going to like it, try it out, and it's probably gonna be cheap. But yeah, Switch 2 has so much controversy around it. Some of the things I like, I'm not gonna be one of those people that hate Nintendo because their prices are high. Because Sony talked a lot of shit about them in court. So this is kind of karma for the gaming industry because Sony was like, oh, they're not premium because they prices are trash. They're a budget. They're a budget system over there. Nah, not no more, bro. Switch 2 is going hard. And why is there Helldivers 2 rumors again? I don't even know if people still playing Helldivers 2. Like, is that game still up? Because now there's more rumors about it being ported to Switch 2. Like, come on now. They need to stop that shit. But yeah, that's it for Gaming News Weekly this week. Because that's all I really had. There's not much news out there, bro. Everything else is speculation and rumor. Not worth talking about. And I'm not about to just sit here and yap about nothing. So yeah, I'm not gonna waste time with no more news because that's legit all the news I got. Well, no, there's one more thing, and I think it's fake as hell. But there's rumors. There's rumors out in the wild that the PlayStation 6 is gonna have a PSP like companion variant, like the Vita was. And it's like, I don't see Sony backtracking it to do that again. Could they be? Yeah, because Xbox is doing a handheld, but I guess they're getting Asus to do a handheld for Xbox. It's smarter that way. Steam has their own handheld, but that's their platform because Steam is an app. So you could literally just put that bitch on anything, really. Nintendo has been handheld for a while. That's why they dominate in Japan and a lot of smaller countries that don't have a whole lot of space. And their power draw of as a country is kind of limited. It makes sense to have a handheld console over there. But for PlayStation, number one in gaming premium brand, you think they're gonna waste money on an actual handheld? No, they're gonna do another Portal thing, whereas a piece of shit with cloud gaming support. I think they're not gonna go too far into the PSP era again because they don't want to waste all that money creating games for a premium console and then creating a version of that game for the portable version. They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna make a Switch console that's actually that powerful because it's gonna cost them a lot of money to do it, and they're gonna have a price so expensive people are not gonna buy it, and they're gonna tank. PlayStation can't go. They can't do what Nintendo does. So that's why these rumors kind of like baseless right now. You know, they're completely baseless because that's the same reason Microsoft is doing a third party handheld console. They're not making their own because it doesn't make sense to them to make a handheld console, but they do have Game Pass. They do have plenty of games, and the Rogue Ally has been doing real good. The Steam Deck has been doing real good. It's kind of popular, so they could get a handheld out there for people that want it for that option to play their games, but they don't have to put too much stock in having a handheld product and having to build for a handheld product because their games are just gonna run like that, either in the cloud or natively. And Aces know what they're doing when they're building these handhelds. They're making really good ones. So other than that, I don't see the PSP ever coming back. I think Sony threw that shit in the trash and they're gonna leave it there. Will it be a motherfucking Portal 2 for the PS6? Probably. But I think that's as far as Sony's gonna go with handheld gaming. I think it's just gonna be a Portal because they really push their console first for the most part because they want console sales over anything. They want the console sale even though they don't have no games to play. Sony still doesn't have any showcases rumored or announced. They still don't have a slate for games coming this year. It's bad over there at PlayStation. They have a lot of work to do. They got new CEOs and stuff like that. So it's probably gonna take a while. But I'm gonna end this stream right here. Make sure that like button, subscribe. This is Big Game News Weekly. Not that long, only like 40 minutes. That's fine. Not that much news to talk about. Not that much debate to have. So I'm gonna end it, and I'll see y'all in the next one.